Oh, it's good to be live on it's Thursday evening,
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Listen, I have
Not
lost
even
all
10
concept
plus.
of time, just like nothing, like no concept, none. None whatsoever. lost all concept. All
Uh-huh. I
It's
can
good.
tell.
Yeah. Shut up. It's a good time. Okay. Well, all of one person watching probably. Welcome to this.
Yes.
Welcome to this podcast. It's called Once in a Queer Moon, and because we both came up with that, I came up with that the other day, and we both decided we liked it. So
Yeah.
there it is. Why am I getting so many notifications?
I
They're like,
don't know.
I have to like mute all these other servers that I'm in. Such a problem. Why is this ruining my life? Okay. It's fine. I think we're good. All right. Anyway, clearly nobody here knows how to start a podcast. So, yeah. Today we're going to be talking about astrology, and all of those other kinds of things.
We're pretty much going to be talking about astrology every time.
True, but today we're going to be taking some fun and frankly hilarious BuzzFeed quizzes. And we're going to be talking about the physical descriptions of the signs and how bad those are.
Yeah, bullshit that entire thing is.
Exactly. I turned on my lights and now I look like a human. And yeah, we're going to be talking about our star signs and all that kind of other stuff, and it'll be good. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why don't we do some introductions? Why don't you start, since most people who watch my Twitch channel probably know who I am.
Okay. My name's Kaylee, and I don't do anything. So, I'm here. That's me.
Don't be modest. You do tons of things. Come on.
I don't.
Yes, you do. You wrote a book.
Well, yeah, I wrote a book, but that's...
You wrote a book!
Neither here nor there.
It's an accomplishment.
It's still being edited.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me there. Listen, okay.
So until it's published, I won't consider that a part of, like...
You know what? Yes, you could say that you sat down and had the gumption to get all of your ideas onto paper. That is something that a lot of people don't have.
I didn't have that for a long time, and then suddenly quarantine happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna write a book.
It's the best time for it, I'm telling you. Quarantine's a good time.
Yeah. I wasn't working there for a hot second. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Oh yeah, do you want to do like pronouns and run down your queerology?
Oh yeah. So I'm queer all the way across the board. That's just my identification. Because I can't decide whether I'm a lesbian or I'm bisexual or something else. So I'm just queer. That also applies to my gender. That being said, I still am most comfortable with she, her pronouns. So
nice. Yeah. That's good. It's good. I don't know what I'm awkward. Anyway, I don't know why. It's like we've been friends for ages. Why am I awkward?
I know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, for anybody who may just be coming here, my name is Sylvie. Obviously, channel is mine. Um, I do Twitch. That's pretty much it. um, I am. I use they them pronouns. I identify as non-binary. Not sure if I'm genderqueer. Sometimes I feel like I might be genderqueer, but for now I'm sticking with non-binary. So that's where we're at. And my general attraction and identity, I usually use the word queer as well. Um, but you know, I've started. I started recently identifying as a lesbian, and that was kind of cool. Um, I'm not like a. I'm not like a. What I can't think of the word. I'm not like an allosexual lesbian. I'm an ace lesbian. Um, but I don't know. I feel like using the word lesbian kind of fits, so that's kind of like what I stick with. Hey.
Cool.
And you could probably see my fidget toy that I have because I'm a fidgety, autistic ADHD person.
I cannot see your camera, but
oh yeah, that's right. You can't see. I can see you. Well, at least you don't see me awkwardly like avoiding eye contact with this computer screen. I'm so bad with eye contact, guys. If you had any doubt that I was autistic, I'm gonna have a terrible time keeping eye contact with Kaylee's computer face, which is right.
I'm not autistic, but I also have a really hard time with eye contact.
We stan it. Perfect. Of course, you have nobody's eyes to look into, so
that's true.
You're all by yourself.
My computer screen.
Yeah. All by myself. Or something like that. All right. Should we kind of segue into what our star signs are and kind of like what we identify with?
Yeah, let's do a big three at the beginning
of every
yes. podcast. Remember. So my big three, which refers to sun, moon, and rising, for those who don't know. Mine are, I'm a Libra sun, I'm a Libra moon, and I am a Taurus rising.
We're both the same moon. That is really interesting.
We are.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't know that, considering you've told me. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please go ahead. Did you want to say anything else? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay, well, in that case, my big three, I am a Capricorn sun, I am a Libra moon, and I'm Aquarius rising. So,
yay.
we are something.
We will take that into this podcast.
Exactly. I will say that I think like I identify a lot. I mean, like all of my big three are important, but like I think it's funny that I'm an Aquarius rising, considering that like when I was a little kid, I always wanted to like be a trendsetter and like not pay attention to like what other people were wearing. Like I remember there was a distinct time when I was like 16 or so, and the movie Hoodwinked had come out. I don't know, you're a little bit younger than me, so I don't know if you know what that is.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I watched that when I was a kid.
So I really liked the movie Hoodwinked for some reason. I don't know why. And I wanted to dress just like Red, the little Red Riding Hood character. And she had a very distinct style, which was a mini skirt over a pair of jeans. And so that was like my signature look.
It was like the early 2000s. That was a thing.
Yeah. But I never saw anybody else doing it. It was just me. But I wanted to do it.
I used to do that when I wanted to get fancy because I didn't like showing off my legs. Ever. Like, until probably late high school.
You just didn't want to, like... How do you call that fancy, though?
I wear boot-cut jeans and a mini skirt. Or sometimes, like a midi skirt. Like,
oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a look.
And just a t-shirt.
That's a look, Kaylee.
Yeah.
What a look.
I mean, I was raised by a single dad. I don't have such...
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I was raised by people who were much older than me, so my like sense of fashion was like from Talbot's because like that's where my mom, my grandmother went shopping, and they took me there.
That's expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Color me surprised why that was our shopping choice, but
yeah.
Anyway, when it wasn't the Gap, which is also pretty high end, actually.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, um, yeah, I think it's funny that like oh, and the other thing I used to do is the first the only movie, the Nickelodeon what was it series of unfortunate events film that was only like followed the first three books.
Oh.
With what's
yeah,
his
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, with Jim Carrey as Count Olaf.
Yeah.
Very interesting film. But one of the things that I like to do also after I saw that film was the what is her name? Violet. Her very distinct style in that film was to like have her hair up and have her hair down. So she would have like she had a pigtail on one side and like a straight her just like her straight natural hair on like the other side. So I did that for a while.
Yeah.
That was my look for a while.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good
one. So when I learned that I was an Aquarius rising, I was like, huh, a lot of things make sense now.
Yeah.
A lot of the weird things I wanted to do as a kid make sense. But as far as like my sun sign goes, I think I am pretty Capricorn. Like I'm pretty on the nose. And you've known me for a long time, so I feel like you can speak for that too. Like
yes, you are very, very, very Capricorn.
Yeah, I'm a hardworking Earth sign, and I'm a perfectionist to the end about some things. Not everything, but about a lot of things, and I'll put in the time to do what happens, and then I get sad if I don't. So.
Yeah. I guess we could also talk about dominant signs a little, just to touch on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking about identifying with signs, I looked up yours. You're a Capricorn dominant. But I'm a Virgo dominant. I'm the only person that I know that's dominant sign does not line up with their sun sign.
Wow.
So I identify with a lot of Virgo stuff. Because, like, I have a huge 6th house stellium, which is ruled by Virgo. And my Mercury sign is also Virgo, which Mercury rules over Virgo. So I'm very, I have a lot of Virgo about me. And also, fun fact, if I had been born 15 minutes earlier, I would be a Virgo moon. So, very close. I relate to a lot of Virgo moon stuff. So, yeah, that very high-strung and perfectionist and, like, a control freak, totally.
Yeah.
But very much, there's a lot of, like, grounded earth sign in me. Also having a Taurus rising. So, yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you've told me that you're Virgo dominant, I'm like, a lot of things make sense now.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
But aside from that, I do identify very much as a Libra. I'm very, very indecisive. And I can't even decide on my own identification. I don't make decisions well. And I'm very aesthetically motivated, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I can actually tell that you are very aesthetically motivated. That explains a lot about your book, too. That's good. I never thought of being aesthetically motivated as a Libra trait.
It is. Yeah. Because we're ruled by Venus.
It is true.
Which also, Taurus is ruled by Venus, so I have a lot of Venus ruling going on as well in my big three.
You got that romance.
Yeah, totally. Which explains why I haven't been in a relationship in years.
Who's ready to get witchy? Cap Aries, by the way. Ooh. Squimbles just joined us. Hi, Squimbles. Welcome to the chat. We are getting witchy up in here. Also, I know I broke the rule because I said I wasn't going to read chat. It's a habit. Yeah, we are going to. This is I'm not planning on derailing conversation to read chat for this stream. It's a little bit of a different thing because I don't want to interrupt anybody's train of thought. But yeah, if you guys have if anybody in chat has any questions at all, we will have a segment for that where we will be talking directly to chat and kind of talking about any questions that you guys might have or anything that you'd like to share. That's all fine. But yeah, I mean, like if there's lulls and stuff, like I'll read chat if somebody has anything interesting to say. Like just know that like if I don't get to your chat message right away, I'm not ignoring you on purpose. Like it's nothing personal to you guys. It's just this kind of a different thing that we're doing here. So I'm trying to leave room for Kaylee and for me to discuss what we want to discuss. So yeah. But anyway, welcome Squimbles to the chat. You are always welcome here, my friend.
Also, I would like to invite anybody to, if you need advice on something, to put that in the chat whenever you feel like it, and then we'll come back to it at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
We'll do a little advice column type of thing.
Absolutely, that would be really fun.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Shall we do a BuzzFeed
quiz? Let's do a BuzzFeed quiz. I was just about to say that.
Let's do it.
I gotta open up this thing here. All right.
I have the page open and I've been staring at it.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's right. You don't know. All right. What one sounds good to you since you've been staring at it?
Let's do the first one. Let's do create a Disney playlist and we'll guess your Zodiac sign with like 89% accuracy.
Okay, you got it. I'm excited. I just realized nobody in chat is able to nobody on my screen is actually able to see anything in the quiz, so it's basically useless. So I'll just read it. I'll just read it.
Yeah, we'll have to read it.
Yeah, which is fine. I heard you talking about dominant signs. How does one calculate that? Ooh, that's actually a good question before we start. Why don't you answer that for me, Kaylee?
Yes. So go to astro.com. Let me refresh my memory how to do it. You go to astro.com and then down to, you do free horoscopes and click on it. And then extended chart selection. And then you have to make a profile or just do it like data entry. But I have a profile, so I just do it that way. And then... Shit. Yeah, put on the spot.
Aww.
Shit. Let me log in real quick. Okay. Standard chart selection. Okay. Standard chart selection, once you have the birth data and everything, you go to pull-in/astrolog, and that'll show a chart. And wait, that's not right either. Google it.
Yeah, I that's what I was like. Yeah,
Google it. There are calculators.
Yeah, I was like, Squimbles is smart. They can figure it out from there. But yeah, that's interesting.
I just went on like this whole like.
Well,
I forgot how I did it.
Well, I'm guessing because I didn't know about. I'd never heard dominant sign before today either. So I'm assuming that that just means that that's like most of what your chart aligns with, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, I found it. It's
Poor Kaylee.
It's the simple chart delineation.
Okay.
By Walter whatever his name is. And then you scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's like a breakdown of percentages of like how much the sun is in your chart and how much the moon's in your chart, etc. And so the biggest percentage is your dominant. So like I have a Mercury dominant at 15.6%, which is relatively high. Virgo dominant at 18.8%, which is pretty dang high. Earth dominant at 39.3%. So yeah, that's how I did it.
That's really cool. It's a lot of percentages that like I never even thought about. But that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
All right, shall we dive into this frankly ridiculous quiz? All right.
Yes.
Create a Disney playlist. Oh yeah, go ahead.
First, pick a song from The Little Mermaid. Ooh. Kiss the Girl, Part of Your World, Poor Unfortunate Souls, or Under the Sea. Ooh. I have to do Kiss the Girl because I was obsessed with that song when I was a child.
I was gonna say like Part of Your World because of I was obsessed with it as a kid as well. So
yeah,
I do that.
All right, different songs, same reason.
Yeah.
All right, next, choose a song from Beauty and the Beast. Something There, Beauty and the Beast, Gaston, or Belle. I'm not super familiar with this movie. I've seen it maybe 3 times in my life, which is not a lot considering I've seen The Lion King like 35 times. So, the one that I know off the top of my head is Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. I was going to say that because that is such an iconic scene as well. And it was like, and I didn't see Beauty and the Beast until I was much older. But I remember that it was a commercial before one of my VHSs that I had. So that would be like, that was like advertising the film, and that's how I knew that song. Anyway.
All right. Pick a song from Aladdin. Friend Like Me, One Jump Ahead, Prince Ali, in a Whole New World. Again, not super familiar with this one. But I love Robin Williams, so I want to do a Friend Like Me.
Nice. I'm doing One Jump Ahead because I always like that song. I think it's very charming and funny. Aladdin's definitely one of my favorite Disney princes. Just even though like I haven't even seen the film all that much to like be obsessed with him. But I always liked his personality. I always thought he was, very like, I don't know. I like main characters who are like a little silly and like not afraid to like not take themselves seriously, I suppose.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
All right. Choose a song from Moana. Shiny, Where You Are, How Far I'll Go, and You're Welcome. I liked Moana. I saw it like years after it came out. But the one song that actually did stick with me was How Far I'll Go. Because it's a pretty song. I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda, you can say whatever you want about him, but he's a talented songwriter.
That is very true. Yeah, and he wrote a lot of the music in there. I think my favorite song is not even listed. I don't even know if it has a name, but it's my favorite song from Moana is the one after she plays the drums, where it's like the people sailing on the ocean off to like new worlds. I love that song so much. I don't even know if it has I mean, it probably does have a name, but I don't know if it's an iconic name or an iconic song by far. But yeah, I definitely like How Far I'll Go.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, pick a song from Frozen. Do You Want to Build Snowman, Love is an Open Door, Let It Go, or In Summer? I did not like Frozen. It's like my least favorite Disney movie.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a lot of stuff about it just bugged me. I didn't think it was interesting. I didn't think it was. Yeah, I'm not a Frozen fan.
Did you see Frozen 2 then by chance?
No, I didn't see Frozen 2.
Because I think you might like that one a little better.
Really?
Yeah, I think. I mean, obviously, like if you didn't like any of the characters for any reason, you're probably gonna still hate it. But
Yeah.
But what I think Frozen 2 did that Frozen 1 failed to do was, like, the characters are so much better somehow. Like, you still have, like, the very basic, like, Anna and Kristoff being very silly, and, like, you're not going to be able to do anything about Olaf. If you don't like him, you don't like him, and this film is not going to do anything to help you. Yeah. but I genuinely do think that, like, the message of Frozen 2 is better, and the animation is so much better, and, like, just overall a lot about, like, the journey and, like, finding yourself. It's such a better message than Frozen 1, and I really think that Frozen 2 was kind of like, if Frozen 2 had been, like, merged with the first film, I think, like, anybody who hated Frozen in general would have liked it so much better. Because I'm kind of with you.
Okay.
I didn't super like Frozen. I kind of liked it aesthetically, and I thought the message was okay. But I was like, if I had to pick, like, the top summer blockbuster for Disney, I would not have picked Frozen at all.
No.
But Frozen 2 was very good, and it has, like, it has very cute little side plots that I really enjoyed. And it goes a lot into Anna's character as well, and Kristoff's character as well. They kind of deepen their character arcs, which is very interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I would definitely give it a try.
Okay.
You know, and the music's great. I love the music.
Okay.
Anyway.
Because that was the other thing about Frozen 1 that I didn't like was Let It Go. I hate that song.
Really?
Yes.
I was like,
it was okay for a while, and then everybody started singing
it became such a meme.
Everywhere, and I need it to go away.
Yeah, it really did become such a meme, but that's why I have to pick it.
Okay, I'm going to Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
Oh, yeah, I like that one too. That's cute.
Because it got stuck in my head the first time I heard it.
Oh, pick a song from Frozen 2. You've never seen any of these.
I'm going random. Lost in the Woods.
Well, okay, so I was gonna say I can explain the context. I don't remember Some Things Never Change. I think it's the first song in the film. Pretty forgettable. Lost in the Woods is actually what Kristoff sings about Anna, because during the whole film, there's, like, a subplot where Kristoff is thinking about moving on in his relationship with Anna. Not to give too much away, but even that's pretty obvious. Elsa, of course, is on her own quest, and Anna, determined not to be left behind, runs after her and leaves Kristoff alone. And so Kristoff is just, like, singing this song about, like, it's like, I feel so lost. It's like, can you tell me what's on your mind? Where are you? Are we even, like, it's a very, like, silly song, really, but the lyrics are very deep. So I find it interesting that you picked that by accident.
Yeah.
So
it's just like, I like the words.
Yeah. I find it very telling, actually, that, like, that's the song that you picked, because I feel like if you had known the context, I think you probably still would have picked that one. Either that or Show Yourself, I would think. Because Show Yourself, of course, is the big show-stopping number at the end, where Elsa finds what she's looking for. But I like Into the Unknown because it's one of the first songs in the film, and I don't know, it's just it's so the sound of it is so haunting. Like, look up these songs. Look up Show Yourself and Into the Unknown, because you have to hear them. Especially I love Into the Unknown.
The soundtrack later.
Yes, do it. You can tell me.
Spotify.
Yes, it is. Because I have some of the songs. Oops. But yeah, I like Into the Unknown because it's a very, like, there's very haunting parts of it, and so it's very interesting. So I'm picking Into the Unknown.
Okay.
Anyway, that was
pick a song from Tangled. This is exciting for me because
yeah.
I love Tangled.
Nice, good.
Conversely, I love Tangled.
Aww.
And I'm going I See the Light on this one because that's I adore that song.
Yeah, I think I don't remember a lot about Tangled. I remember I had a friend who was very obsessed with Tangled in college.
Yeah.
So we ended up watching it all the time, but I think it just kind of blended together into mush in my head. So I didn't like Tangled
Yeah,
all
I
that
used
much.
to watch it to go to sleep when
Aww.
I was in high school when it came out, I think.
Oh yeah, I was I don't remember how old I was. I don't think it was that old. I don't think it was that old when I was in college. It had come out like the year before or something like that. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Might have been in 8th grade actually when it came
Ooh.
out.
Then
I don't know.
that's huh.
Anyway.
Because you're not like that much old. You're not that much younger than I am. So.
No, I'm like 3 or 4 years younger than you.
So yeah, I mean maybe it's older than I thought. I don't know. Anyway.
Because I was thinking like if it came out in 2010, which I think it did, then I would have been in 8th grade.
2010. I was just graduate. Depending on when 2010, I was just graduating high school.
Okay.
Or starting college, so I would have been a freshman in college, which tracks because my friend who I was friends with, I was only friends with her in freshman year.
Okay.
So, Tangled is underrated, says Squimbles. Yes. I mean, I do like the animation. It's just not my favorite thing. But anyway, talking about iconic songs, I kind of like Mother Knows Best as an iconic villain song. It's probably going to be
villain song.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the only villain song that I pick.
My best friend at the time had that kind of relationship with her mom.
Aww.
And she really loved Tangled, this movie. She was like, I really identified with Rapunzel. It's great.
Yeah.
I can't figure out why. I'm like, wow.
Well. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine it opened a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah.
If they had strained relationships with their parents.
Yeah. Alright, pick a random Disney song. Someday My Prince Will Come from Snow White. I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules. Once Upon a Dream from Sleeping Beauty. And A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes from Cinderella. I adore I Won't Say I'm in Love. I love that song so much.
Yeah, I do too.
And it's like the only thing I ever remember from Hercules. Because I had this DVD when I was a kid that was like a karaoke sing-along kind of thing, where it had like the lyrics to the songs across the bottom of the screen, and it would just play the scene, and I would sing along to it. And that was like hours of my day when I was a child.
That's cute though.
Because I would repeat it. Yeah. So
I remember those like karaoke DVDs. It was like, what a weird thing. That was sold to us.
Very Disney.
Yeah. What a weird thing.
But that one and Once Upon a Dream, honestly.
Yes. Yeah. I was gonna say those are the ones.
I identify with Aurora on a deep level.
I love Aurora.
I love sleeping.
I was like, what are we getting to here?
I have like 14 lines in the whole movie, and then I'm asleep for the rest of it.
Well, I guess we know what Disney princess you are.
Yes.
I was actually
what's being asked here, but
no. I was actually gonna say that I think I'm gonna go with Once Upon a Dream just because I really liked Sleeping Beauty as a kid. Prince Philip, also, even though he's not a very like major Disney prince, and neither is Aurora a major Disney prince. Like, he really is.
I just watched Sleeping Beauty again for the first time in like 20 years, and that's a really good prince. It's so much better than Snow White.
Yeah, he really is. I think they really like nailed it with that one. He's so funny and so cocky and so like I don't know. There's something about him. I really like him.
Yeah.
Philip was definitely like my like one of my first animated crushes. Like I was just like, oh. And I think Aurora was probably a crush for me as well. Although I probably didn't recognize it at the time.
Yeah.
Aurora's pretty.
Yeah.
She's so pretty. Like
She's also 16.
Well, listen, okay? When I was watching that movie, I was like 7.
I was 5, probably.
You know? Yeah. Like, yeah.
16 was grown to me.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I think she's actually much younger. I think she's like supposed to be like
16th birthday.
Oh, is she 6? Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah. The 16th birthday. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And choose one last song. Touch the Sky from Brave, Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas, I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan, and Almost There from The Princess and the Frog. I still have not seen The Princess and the Frog.
Scandalous!
I know. I want to, and I've wanted to since it came out. I don't know why I haven't.
Dude,
but
we're gonna watch you and I'm gonna like lock you in a digital room, and we are gonna watch some Disney films. You gotta see Princess and the Frog. You gotta see Princess and the Frog.
I know.
And you gotta see Frozen too. I'm gonna make you sit through it.
Okay. That one.
Kaylee's just resigned to her fate at this point. She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sylvie will not be deterred.
I'm choosing Colors of the Wind because that's like a go-to karaoke song for me.
That is true. I like that song a lot too. But I'm gonna have to go with Touch the Sky from Brave because Brave is such an underrated film. And I really like it. Wait, did you get your response yet?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, because mine, it got Earth sign. Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Wow.
I also got Earth sign.
Wow! You're most definitely an Earth sign.
We chose a lot of the same answers.
We did.
So I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
But, that's funny.
That really is.
Right.
I was like, wow. And you said Virgo is your dominant, right?
Virgo is my dominant.
Wow. So you're really leading
Taurus
with
rising.
Yeah, wow. So you're really leading with all the Earth stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a practical kind of person who doesn't sweat the small stuff. You don't like change, but you'll adapt when the situation calls for it. Overall, you're reliable, grounded, and smart.
That's like, reliable, grounded, and smart is what people will always say about Earth signs.
Yes.
Like, in that order.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
But it's funny because it's funny because that in and of itself is reliable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like we're reliable as people, and yet we expect other people to call us those things.
Yeah. That's funny.
That to me is very hilarious. All right, that's hilarious. That's so funny that it was right for me, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's funny because whenever I take those kinds of guess your sign quizzes, I always get Aquarius for some reason. Like, reliably, every single time I get Aquarius. So this time, the fact that it wasn't even air sign is interesting. Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I always forget that Aquarius is an air sign. For some reason, I always want to think it's a water sign, but it's not.
I know, because it is water.
Yeah, it's water carrier. I'm like, but then I always forget that it's not a water sign, it's an air sign. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
No, it's an air sign.
All right. Do you want to do any more BuzzFeed quizzes, or do you want to move on to another website? I know we have a ton here. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to take this quiz as well, I'll put the link in the chat. So that you guys can take it and tell us what you got.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. It's up to you. Because I know we have a bunch. I selected a whole bunch.
There's a lot of really good ones.
Yeah.
Like, order your perfect brunch and it will accurately...
I was thinking of that. I was like, yeah. No, wait. Okay, can we do... Listen, you and I are both into the Folklore album. Can we do that quiz?
Yeah, let's do that.
That's kind of everything. But yeah, that I definitely want to do the brunch quiz. That is so hilarious to me. It's like, what does your food say about you? Okay, since I'll do the reading for this quiz, since everybody,
Okay.
as soon as my computer decides to load, that would be good.
I think
fun.
I know which one you're gonna pick for the first one.
Oh, yep. Right there. Pick your first song. Cardigan, The Last Great American Dynasty, Exile, or The One. Yeah, you would be right. I'm picking Exile.
Yeah. I'm picking The One because that's my favorite song off the album.
Ooh, interesting. The Last Great American Dynasty is up for me. It's like
next to Betty. Betty's my other favorite.
Oh yeah, I like Exile and Seven the most, I think.
Yeah.
But that fits me well. All right, pick your next song. My Tears, Ricochet, August, Seven, or Mirrorball. Again, we got it. I mean, my answer is obvious.
Yeah, I can't hear My Tears, Ricochet in my head. I guess I don't listen to it quite as often as you do. But I'm gonna do August. Because I remember that being like the first time I heard it, I was like, wow, I really like this song.
Yeah. So, I forget what the first song I heard. I think it was Seven, because I think I was looking up lyrics, because like as soon as the album dropped, it was like all over the cottagecore tags, and I was like, oh, yeah, gotta check it out.
Yeah.
By the way, hi Gail. We are doing a podcast today, so we're taking some quizzes.
Yeah.
All right. And another song. This is Me Trying, Invisible String, Illicit Affairs, or Mad Woman. Ooh, this is a hard one for me.
This is Me Trying.
Yeah, I was like, it's either that one or Illicit Affairs, because I like both of them.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, I'm not gonna pick the same one that you did, so I'm gonna go with Illicit Affairs.
Okay.
And finally, yes.
Betty. I'm taking Betty.
Okay, yes. Yeah, we got Epiphany, Peace, Hoax, and Betty. Ooh. I can't hear any of these in my head. I guess I know Betty more, but I don't really like that song. That's the problem. I guess Hoax. I guess I'll pick Hoax.
Song.
Sorry. The beat's off for me.
So sweet.
It is sweet. The lyrics are good. The lyrics of all of them are good. It's just some of the beats don't hit for me, and that's a real problem. Anyway, what did you get?
I got Earth Sign again.
Wow, I got Fire Sign. From your picks, it's easy to see you're either a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny because I don't think I don't have a lot of fire in my chart at all. That's very interesting.
I have a Sagittarius Mars and an Aries. Oh, and Sagittarius Pluto. And I have an Aries. What is that? Saturn.
Yeah, so, I can't really think that I have. Maybe I have a Leo somewhere, but I cannot remember off the top of my head if I have any fire in my chart at all. That's really interesting.
I have a whiteboard on my wall, and just in the corner I have my entire birth chart written out.
That's amazing. I should actually do that. Yeah. I could pull up. Actually, you know what? I'll do that. I have a Google document.
I'm looking up referencing what I have.
I have a document that I did with my birth chart.
A document?
Oh, actually, it's right here. Wow. All right. As soon as is it really? Wow. Okay, Microsoft Word. You decided not to work for me. Anyway, I'll have to check that later. Thanks for crashing on me. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I don't care about error reporting either. Go away. Alright, let me try this again. Sorry for technical difficulties, everybody. By the way, that link is the quiz that we just took, so if you are interested, please take it and let us know what your results are. Alright.
Alright, are we doing brunch next?
Yes, let's do brunch. Save me. Save me from myself.
Oh, there's a quiz party feature. You can take it with friends in real time and compare results.
Ooh, I wonder if my computer will actually let me do that.
Let me see.
Yeah, how does that work? I wonder.
Let me see. I'm trying it.
Okay. We'll give it a shot.
Oh, I just have to copy the link. Okay.
Ooh.
Alright.
Yeah, there it is. Alright, I see that. Let's go, baby. Oh, I don't want to do that. No. Don't want it to open in a new tab. We just want it to do that. Okay.
Little icon. It's a little puppy.
Ooh, oh. Oh, I have to enter my name first. Cool. Got it. Easy.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2.
All right.
Numbers 2. Thanks for telling me the graphic.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
How
do you like your eggs? Raw.
None
ew.
of these are like my eggs.
Yeah, I can't say that. Yeah. Well, anyway, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I like my eggs over easy. Because I can soak up the yolks with bread.
I would say fried is probably closest to that.
Yeah. I'm going with fried.
I think out of these, I would have to pick scrambled, but scrambled eggs is like by no means my favorite way to eat eggs.
No.
Although I do like eating scrambled eggs with salsa. That's become a thing that I've been doing in quarantine as a food. Gross.
Yeah.
No, I really like it. But I like salsa and stuff like that, though. You're like, ew.
I don't like that.
All right, bread. Baguette.
So I'm going gluten-free because I've been gluten-free for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I hate it. Ordinarily, I would choose sourdough.
Oh, no.
But...
Is there like a... Oh, there is gluten-free on there. Wow. Okay, I didn't even notice there was more than...
And that looks too delicious to be gluten-free.
Oh, you know what? There were more options for the eggs. God damn it! I didn't notice that.
Oh yeah.
Nope. Oh well.
It's been. Sylvie.
What?
Gotta scroll, Sylvie.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah. So they've got baguette, sourdough, white, whole wheat, buns, bagels. Ooh. Gluten-free or croissants. I'm gonna go with bagels. I like bagels.
Bagels are great.
And there's an option for I don't want some bread. I just want to know what happens if you pick no.
Yeah.
For like everything.
I'm not eating brunch.
It's like no food ever. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. How about some potatoes? Fries,
yeah.
hash browns, hell
hash
yeah.
browns, baby.
Ooh, I do like me some hash browns. Cubed potatoes, mashed, or do chips count? I mean, honestly, if I had to
chips for brunch.
Listen, if you're getting a sandwich,
I guess.
If I had to say, like. I think you know what? I'm gonna go with fries because I think that's what I would order at a restaurant because you can't get chips at a restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can with like some dishes, but
sometimes you can.
Yeah, but you can't like ask for a side of chips usually, like unless it's like a sandwich place. Meat. Okay, well, I know what I'm doing. Vegan for me. Or should I make it more fun and like pick a meat that I would have? Or are you allowing me not to?
Accurate, because I chose gluten-free for the bread. So.
That's fair. All right, no meat. No meat for me. Veggies. Ooh. Broccoli, salad. I know, we're both like, ew. Broccoli, salad, cucumber, tomato, celery, peas. Ugh. Or spinach. Well, I like celery, okay. I like
cucumbers. I'm gonna go cucumber.
You're gonna go with the cuke?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the celery.
I'm a cuke, baby.
Gotta cuke. Gotta cuke them all.
Got a cucumber.
Yeah. It's just like every Pokemon is a cucumber. It's a mod, but every Pokemon is a cucumber.
Oh god.
With like googly eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, pick another food.
I'm gonna go with more bacon. Because
right.
even though I'm not supposed to eat a whole lot of bacon, if it's a special occasion,
yeah,
such that I'm eating brunch at all, then I'm gonna go all out and have just a shit ton of bacon.
I got you. I'm gonna go. Let's see. They have yogurt, oatmeal, cereal, nuts, or more bacon.
Cereal is a meal in and of itself.
That's true. Yeah. Although, like, I don't eat cereal like the normal ways that people eat it. I eat it as a snack, dry. Because I'm weird and because I don't like soggy cereal. It's a real texture problem for me. I'm gonna go with yogurt because a good dairy-free yogurt option is always a treat for me. I don't get it to eat it that often. So a lot of stores don't carry it. All right, something to drink: water, juice, milk. I feel like I used to order that when I was 10. Oh, you know what? I don't know what possessed me to like think of this immediately, but like I just had a memory of like being a young kid and like remembering that like the milk that I ordered in the diner was so much better than the milk we had at home.
Oh.
And I think it was because like it was a fuller fat milk, but I just for some reason I was just like, this milk is the shit.
Yeah.
When I was like 8 years old. Anyway, chocolate milk, tea, coffee, pop. Wow, I could tell somebody from the Midwest made this quiz.
Yeah.
Or alcohol.
Alcohol for breakfast.
Well, it's brunch.
Or brunch.
Brunch,
right.
yeah, because
But it's still not 5 o'clock.
That's true, but it's become a thing, hasn't it? Like to have mimosas and stuff.
Yeah,
at brunch.
mimosas and Bloody Marys.
Mm-hmm. I think like if we're talking realistically, I think I would either stick with water or order tea.
I would do chocolate milk, dude.
Nice.
That's my shit.
That's good. Yeah. So I would do tea. I've been actually doing like a bargain Dunkin' Donuts frozen chocolate at home, by mixing Swiss Miss into like cold water with ice. That shit's good, man. You're just like, ew. Both of my quarantine meals have been shamed by Kaylee. Just so everybody's aware that like this was not scripted. Here I am sharing my life. Nobody else shame me. Nobody else is allowed. This is my Twitch. I'm just kidding. You can shame me if you want to, guys. Alright. It's fine.
Dessert time.
Yeah. Fruit, cake,
Fruit.
Cookies, pie, chocolate, cupcakes, even more bacon. Or ice cream.
That's a really unflattering picture of bacon.
It really is. I wish you guys could see this on stream because it really is disgusting. It kind of looks raw, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of blue tinted.
Yeah. And it definitely...
It looks like spoiled. It looks gross.
Oh, yeah, it really does. They really did not take a flattering picture.
No. It's the color correction, really, which is the problem, I'm sure.
Oh, do not freeze on me.
I'm going cookies, because that's my favorite dessert of all time.
Google Chrome decided to freeze on me. Oh, we're good? Okay, we are.
And it's easier to find gluten-free cookies.
Ooh, so. That is true. Yeah, I'm actually going to go with cookies as well, because I have a fond memory of the diner near me selling really good, like, crumbly and buttery chocolate chip cookies. It's the good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I would always, like, that was, like, the number one thing that I wanted for dessert ever.
Yeah.
It was, like, one of those cookies off the diner counter.
Totally.
All right, for this we got... Oh, thank you for that, Squimbles. We got a, looks like we had a troll in the chat.
Oh.
All right. That's good. I didn't even see it, so we're good. Thank you for being quick on the draw. All right.
Distracted.
Yeah. Whoa, well, excuse me. I'm taking a quiz with you. Jesus. We're trying to do a show here. Be professional. As if I can say, like, be professional as I'm, like, going off on a tangent about diner cookies.
Yeah. Alright. Pick a snack. Let's pick a snack.
The troll followed me. Alright. That's okay. They'll unfollow. Yes, granola bars, fruit, bread, chips, popcorn. You should know it's bacon. A much more flattering picture of bacon. Oreos,
a little bit, yeah.
Nuts, or veggies.
Honestly, if this were a real brunch, I would go veggies. Because I try to eat those sometimes.
Meanwhile, I'm over here in my corner being a vegetarian allergic to vegetables.
Yeah.
Well, I eat vegetables and other things, that's the thing. But if I had, like, my choice of foods to eat, I don't think I would pick vegetables, per se. Again, a lot of these are not something that I could, like, order at a restaurant.
Yeah, like, you can't order a granola bar at a restaurant.
Yeah. But, I mean, if we're going... Okay, you went realistic, so I'm gonna go realistic. If we're going realistic brunch, and I had to choose, like, a snack to put on the side, I would pick fruit. Because I like fruit. Good. Yeah. I like fruit much better than vegetables.
Holy shit!
Oh, you got it! That's awesome. You got pegged is what it was. I did not. I got Aries. You're energetic and outgoing. You tend to rush things and may be impatient. What? I mean, maybe do I rush things a little? I don't know.
No, not really.
That's true. I am like molasses in January. You tend to rush things and may be impatient. Aries are strong-willed and powerful people. They love to be active and appreciate adventure.
I wouldn't say that's you at all.
No. Not at all. But what does it say about you, Kaylee?
It says that I'm a true romantic. Aww. I'm a warm person at heart, but I speak my mind, which may make me seem cold. I haven't heard that as a Libra quality before, but Libras have great taste in fashion and tend to be artistic. They can be either introverted or extroverted depending on the day, which is definitely true for me.
Yeah. I think,
so,
although I don't think it's a Libra quality, I think it is something that you yourself are aware of, because like there has been times where you've told me, like, you know, or if like I get anxious and you're like, no, I'm not mad. It's because of the way that, like, I don't know, maybe this is just like a you thing, because I know this is definitely not just like a Zodiac thing in general, but like I know, because like there are some people who kind of like type without punctuation, so I actually think it's very interesting that was said. Even though it's about general Libra, I think it kind of fits you pretty well.
I don't capitalize or use punctuation.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes me seem cold. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's just because, like, I mean, now I'm used to it, but I think, like, or like, well, it still happens if like I'm in a vulnerable place and I think you're mad at me.
I've never,
but that's just
been mad at you.
I know, but like that's just my anxiety is what I'm saying. So
yeah.
But anyway, I
don't
want to
get mad at people very often.
That's true. You are very chill, and I do appreciate that about you. I wanted to read these chats here. Okay. It seems I'm Aries dominant. My go-to astrology app calculates more modality and elemental dominance, which I think is cool. But I just counted planets for dominant sign. Ooh. Also, for the next time you need a springboard, do either of you have any plans for tomorrow's harvest moon? Because I sure as hell forgot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I did too. I don't have any plans.
I always forget about that kind of thing. I'm trying to like be better about it and like, actually.
I'm a terrible witch. That I will say that.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying. I'm in a Discord that's like a witch school, so it's supposed to be like learning about witch stuff and doing it. But, yeah, I'm excited about it, but we haven't started classes yet, so
Bummer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want, yeah. I mean, I Kaylee and I will talk about this off camera. But yeah, if you want to join us as a guest sometime, I have no problem with it. As a ghost.
Yeah.
Ghost. It's a ghost, you know, it's fine.
A little too early for that. We'll wait.
I'm excited for the spooks. All right, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad. I'll probably just make moon water. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'll probably do some of my offerings and stuff like that. Speaking of that, though, I did find, because I was looking for something else. I found what I think is an H.P. Lovecraft tarot deck. Kaylee, you can't see this, but yeah, I found this loose, so I guess maybe I bought it secondhand from somebody, maybe, or I bought like a damaged deck, because that happens sometimes. Somebody like made a deck and it was damaged, and I bought it without the box. But yeah, I mean, I was like, I couldn't figure out what it is, but I think it's an H.P. Lovecraft deck, so that's pretty interesting. Obviously, I bought this many years ago before I realized that Lovecraft was racist. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you know, I don't know how much I would use it, considering that, you know, maybe it would have bad energy attached to it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting.
White supremacist energy going on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say I don't want to put bad energy into it, because I think the person who made it had good intentions, probably.
Right.
You know, they probably were just a Lovecraft fan and didn't know, and are probably now shocked. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that I found this anyway. Because one of the devotions that I do to Hecate is to read tarot. So I don't know. Maybe
Isn't it Hecate?
Is it? I've always pronounced it Hecate. I heard somebody pronounce it Hecate, and I can't remember who pronounced it Hecate, but now I can't stop saying Hecate, so I pronounce it Hecate.
Okay.
She hasn't told me not to, so I guess it's fine. I don't know. I'll look up the pronunciation.
It's tough for me because I worship Celtic gods. And there's not a whole lot of resources about Celtic gods. It's always Greek.
There's a ghost. Sorry, I'm laughing. Okay. Sorry, go ahead. I just saw that in the chat. It just made me laugh again. Alright, anyway, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, I don't even know. I was just saying that there's not a whole lot of resources for Celtic worship that I found. Because the ones that I find are very, like, they don't have a lot of information on them. It's just like little tiny blurbs.
Yeah, I knew someone who did Celtic worship. And they had like candles that they would light to them. But that was really all of her practice that I saw.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I mean, like you could ask. I would say like one of the places to start is if you don't feel comfortable communicating directly with the gods, or trying to communicate directly to them in some way, asking for a sign, things like that. Like if you don't feel confident, they're the person who's going to answer back. Because that is an issue, especially if you lived in spiritually charged areas. But yeah, if you don't feel confident actually reaching out to them, what I would say is look up their like symbolism, look up their like the things that they're, you know, god and goddess of. Like if they have a specific bird that represents them, or a specific plant type, those kinds of things. I would say kind of start there, sort of integrate that onto your altar or wherever it is you practice, or use that as a sort of medium when you're, I always call it praying, just as a general term, but like, you know, whenever you're doing your meditation or whatever it is that you wish to call it in your practice, just kind of putting that in there. Again, like I'm not an expert, but those are the kinds of things that, because I talk to my gods directly. Because I feel comfortable doing that. But
you know, I do too. Like it's hard to describe, and I always feel like I sound crazy when I say it. But like, I get to these meditative states a lot where like it feels like I'm on a different plane of existence where I can like talk to them directly and they kind of appear to me.
That's good. It sounds like astral projecting almost.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's my imagination though, is the thing.
Well, I that's the thing too, because it's like a lot of that is just based primarily on belief. Like it's like if I told a normal person that like I was talking to a god, you know, like talking to a kate from a Norse religion that is eons old. You know, like I'm gonna sound crazy to a normal person, but it's part of my belief.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of the same thing with my psychic ability. A lot of people, especially people who don't believe in ghosts, are like, what? You know, like they don't. So, you know, like
it sounds like, well, and it doesn't help too that I have a mental illness that is primarily seen as psychotic. So I do have, not so much anymore now that I'm on a good medication, but unmedicated, I do have like hallucinations and delusions and stuff. But I feel like I know the difference in my head.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, you know the difference between those things.
Yeah, but like my therapist doesn't.
Yeah.
My psychiatrist doesn't, so it sounds really weird to them.
Yeah, it's the type of thing that you don't want to mention out of polite company, which is totally fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Squimbles must worship Celtic gods too. I feel you so much on the Celtic gods. It's really hard to find good info.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
actually, I went to my local magic store, and I kind of mentioned offhand, like, I was looking at the bookshelf, and it was all just the Hellenistic gods.
Yeah.
And I kind of mentioned offhand, like, I wish you guys had more Celtic stuff, and they were like, well, here, write it down, and if we get more Celtic stuff, we'll call you. And I was like, well, that's awesome. They haven't called me yet, so...
I want to...
No Celtic stuff for me.
I want so badly to do a reading for you with my Arthurian deck. Because I have an Arthurian tarot deck. Yeah. Good. Yeah, we will. Maybe for tomorrow, who knows? Yeah, because I don't want to go into a reading right now, but yeah, we can definitely do it sometime. I would love to do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm not great at tarot. I have a deck. I have to look at the book to see what it means, and that kind of defeats the purpose sometimes.
Yeah, I have a deck where I will do that. With, do I have it nearby? Yes, I do. Not that you will be able to see it either, but it's my Tarot of Bones deck. So most of the decks that I read kind of have their own personality to them. I have a lot of like my Rider White deck, my first deck, has a lot of personality. I don't actually have it nearby me right now, but I can always feel that one. You know, and
get mine.
Ooh, yes, get yours.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh yes, go ahead. Talk about yours.
I'm so like ritualistic about stuff. I keep it in this box.
Ooh.
It's like and
that
then
is cool.
Inside the box, I tie it up with like a gold ribbon.
That's cute though. Where the heck is my Rider White?
I'm so ecstatic about it. But it's a Celtic deck, so it has like
ooh,
that kind of, and then
that's really
the
pretty.
Coins.
Oh, I love
so
that.
It's fun.
That is a really pretty deck.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I love that.
I got it for, I think, Christmas one year.
Ooh.
Before I even knew what tarot was.
Yeah, that's funny, because, like, I was also gifted a tarot deck when before I even knew what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to learn tarot, I highly recommend the Labyrinthos app. Yeah. That's a good one.
The what?
Labyrinthos? Here, I'll copy it into the Discord. Because I'm probably not even pronouncing it correctly. But because Kayla can't see chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll copy it into the thing.
I can't see anything. I'm blind.
Yeah, poor Kayla. I have to have my video off for like this to work properly.
Yeah, I can't connect to the Twitch page because I have shitty internet. So
yeah, poor Kaylee. Trapped all by her lonesome over there. But yeah, I have multiple tarot decks. I was trying to see if my Rider White is here, but it's not. But anyway, my Rider White has the most personality out of all of my tarot decks. Probably because I've had it the longest. I have a deck that is absolutely dead for me and will not read. I can't get any feeling off of it at all, and ironically, it's my Sherlock Holmes deck. So I always find that funny. Holmes is too logical even to read for me. And that was also the only deck that I actually did what you're quote unquote supposed to do with decks, which is to sleep with them under your pillow before you use them. Because supposedly that puts your own magic into it. But for me, it just turned that deck completely dead. It's a beautiful deck to look at, and I really enjoy looking at it, but I can't get any feeling from it at all. My Arthurian deck is kind of straight and to the point, which is really funny. I can always count on that one to give me like a straight, accurate reading. And I have a couple. I have
That's kind of how I feel about my deck.
Yeah, I have a couple of newer decks. I think my Sherlock Holmes is right here. Oh, and I recently got an Animal Whispers deck, which is kind of like a spiritual affirmation sort of deck. It's a different kind of deck. I haven't read with it a lot, but I'm kind of interested to try the traditional tarot method with something that is not actually a quote-unquote tarot deck. Something completely different. But yeah. My decks are all very interesting. And like I think this makes people mad, maybe a little bit. But I don't read tarot in the same way that a lot of people do. Because I tried to learn like what everything means by heart, and like I know some of it.
There's so many cards.
Yeah. So like I know some of them, and like I know like what some of the numbers mean, and like, but for most of them I don't really know that much. So I have, for most of the decks that I read, except my Tarot to Bones, I read them just by like the emotions that I feel from pulling the cards, which is especially easy with my two longest, the decks that I feel the strongest connections to, which are my Rider White and my Arthurian Tarot. So I can definitely get a lot of like feeling, and from the reactions that I've got from other people, it seems to be pretty accurate, even though like you might look at the card and see something completely different if you know what the cards mean. But it seems like whatever I tell people is usually pretty accurate. For my Tarot to Bones deck, what I'll usually do is I will actually look up the Arcana if I draw one. And for the person, I do like a writing reading for my Tarot to Bones. So like I'll write down like the person's name and like and then I'll look through my book, look through the symbolism, and write down the words that appeal most to me, which is weird because it's kind of like spirit writing, because like for a lot of the times it's like I'll zone out and like not even realize like all that I've written. That actually happened to me when I was reading for my one friend with that deck, where I just kind of like I zoned out completely, and then like I looked at the page and I was like, I wrote a paragraph. So but so that's the first deck that I've ever done anything like that with. Most of my decks, like I said, I just kind of go by feeling, as opposed to I go by like what the cards are telling me as opposed to like what the cards actually mean.
Right.
Which might be a better way if like if you feel like your deck is trying to tell you something and like it doesn't line up with like, for example, if you draw like, death or something like that, and what death means down to the wire, you and the person that you're reading the card just says something else, then most likely it's that meaning as opposed to like what death actually means. So like I I always go by feeling. It's just something that I feel confident doing. But yeah, I mean, like, it depends on how well you know the person as well too, because I think that can help guide the reading in certain ways.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever read for somebody else.
Ooh, now that is fun. We're gonna have to we're gonna have you read now.
All right.
One day. Do you know what kind of deck that is? Is it Lenormand or an Oracle deck? Just curious. I don't know. Are you talking to me or are you talking to her? Because I have because my decks are all Oracle. No, they're probably all like modeled after the Rider White, your general tarot deck. I don't even know what Lenormand means. I have one Oracle deck. That's my Animal Whispers deck. Oh, and I have an Angel deck.
I don't know what the difference is.
As far as I can tell, I mean, I know what an Oracle deck is. I don't know what Lenormand deck is. But as far as I can tell, an Oracle deck is more about like there's more stuff written on the card, and it's more about like I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. There's not really like in an Oracle deck there isn't really a major arcana or anything like that. Like the Rider White deck has like a major arcana and a minor arcana. In Oracle deck there's none of that. It's just you pick a card and that card means something. I've seen some kinds of decks where there's words on the card, like that's how my animal deck works. And that's I haven't opened my angel deck yet, but I assume that's how the angel deck will work as well. So sometimes there's like words of wisdom on them.
I feel like I would prefer something like that. I was looking at tarot decks that had words on them.
Yeah, so that's definitely like more like an oracle deck, because that also I think guides the reading in a way.
Yeah.
Because you do have that stuff to guide you. About the deck you mentioned that wasn't tarot. Oh, okay, yeah, mine. All right, yeah, that's my deck. Yeah, so I think it's more of an oracle deck. It doesn't say that it's an oracle deck. They're they really this company, whoever made this deck, really went out of their way. And I can't grab it right now because it's underneath my laptop. It's propping it up. Because we have a janky setup in here. But yeah, it's a they really went out of their way to not make it sound like witchcraft. It's called Animal Whispers Empowerment Cards. So empowerment cards, yeah. So they're going out of their way to make it sound not witchcrafty. But it's definitely more of an oracle deck, I would say, based on what I know about oracle decks.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely like look for some fun oracle decks if you feel like that might be something that fits your personality more. I think definitely to me, they feel different personality wise. They're more logical, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like the first time I handled my animal deck, it felt very like this is the direction you go. It wasn't about like me interpreting it at all. It was just very like straightforward, led me right there. So yeah, they have a bit of a different feel if you let them.
Something. Yeah.
I found a quiz on one of these websites that I thought would be really funny to see. Also, I found a couple of this is the Wattpad one that's like okay. Gotta look at the Wattpad one. That's for sure. Where the heck is it? Oh, so there's this website, the horoscope.com, has quizzes. Are you a true Zodiac sign? So before we move on, I definitely want to take that one because I want to see how accurate that is for our suns. Or should we do sun and moon or rising as well?
Sun and rising.
Sun and rising? Okay.
Yeah.
So we
Because
can
when
do that.
people guess your sign, it's usually more accurate to the rising.
Oh yeah. Oh, should we just then do the rising then?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, I'll take the Aquarius one, and then you are Taurus, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'll find that one for you and just link it in the Discord.
Okay.
Here. There we go. There you are, darling. And just for anyone else who is curious, here is the homepage for that quiz. I feel like intuitive reading is sort of underappreciated. Yeah, absolutely. Because again, I think it has to do with, even in like witchcraft communities, I think it has to do with that sort of like psychics aren't real sort of feeling. I feel like there are only, even like in true pagan circles, I feel like there are only very few circles that are like, oh, you're a true psychic medium. Okay, cool. Because yes, for anyone who doesn't know, I used to do medium work. I don't anymore. Because that attracted some negative energy towards me, and I was not a fan of it. But yeah, I used to do medium work, so I used to be a medium.
And, I didn't know that about you, which is interesting because I used to be part of a paranormal investigation team where I was a spiritual sensitive.
Hey, that's awesome. So... we both did like similar work then. You know what? It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me to learn that about you, because you said that you were comfortable in talking directly to the gods. So that means you know who you're talking to. So that gives you, that's right there, that spiritual connection.
Yeah.
If you're confident in who you talk to, then that's 100% a big spiritual connection sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the
alerts. I never really connected with the Hellenistic gods because I was like, I had the clear picture of who I was talking to in my head, and like it didn't match any of the descriptions of the Hellenistic gods at all. And so I was like, okay, well, my family is very like in tune with our Celtic background, so let me just look at a list of Celtic gods and see if this is what it was. And yeah, there's 3 of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anya, Arianrod, and Morrigan are the ones that I speak with.
Aw, that's good. Yeah. Always good to have those.
All goddesses. No gods.
Yeah.
No gods, just goddesses.
It makes sense. I have a god on my roster who I'm very close with. But yeah, it's Thor. So that would explain a lot, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually very interesting. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I actually got called by Thor. I didn't reach out to him at all. It's not that I wasn't interested. I just think that I wasn't super active in my practice at the time, so I just kind of stopped thinking about connecting. But yeah, he like reached out to me. It was really trippy, actually. I remember it like yesterday, actually, because like we were on, I was on like a school like field trip sort of thing, like a college trip that you like paid to be on, just as like a little like fun thing. And we went to Sky Zone, and I remember because I had my friend Matt with me, who you know, Thor, ironically enough, became Thorgrim Funhammer. But yeah, I was with him, and he was gonna sleep over at my dorm, totally platonically, by the way, for anybody who's wondering. And so we were driving back, and the bus was like quiet because everybody was kind of just like tired, winding down, and the sun was setting over one of the many bridges on the highway. And I remember like passing all the streetlights, and suddenly I kind of slipped into this like sort of trance-like state where Thor was calling me by name and was like, "Hey, I want you to worship me." And I was like, well, I'm a little bit nervous about that because I like can't do like I don't have the energy to practice. I don't have the space to practice. I don't have like because that's what was one of my concerns and is still one of my concerns, that I don't practice enough to please gods, and I didn't want anybody to be angry with me.
Right.
And Thor was like, no, it's totally chill. Like, basically he was like, I called you. Like, I understand what I'm getting into. And I'm like, all right, okay, cool. So then I was Thor's. And now I'm a Thor devotee.
Yeah.
But my relationship with him has always been pretty chill. So I'm glad about that.
Yeah, that's how I am kind of with mine as well.
Mm.
I've never felt them be angry with me, except maybe Morrigan a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my
Okay,
other
so
yes, okay, quiz.
I'm looking at this quiz, and it says, "Does your personality match up to your given sun sign?" So I think I should take the Libra one.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's related to sun sign. So
Yeah.
let me do that one. I'll send you that one.
Okay.
Let me do that. Hit Aquarius. Where's my computer is so slow, and I've got like 10,000 things running. Sorry about that.
Yeah, need better RAM.
I know. Well, at this point, I'm not even gonna bother upgrading this laptop. I'm just gonna get a new one. But
yeah,
listen, we know my computer is trash. Okay, I don't need I don't need anybody's bullshit. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, I got different questions. Okay, interesting. Yes,
Yep,
I guess we all have different questions. All right. Well, I think we will have an intermission while you and I both take these quizzes quietly. I'm gonna try to
open. It's only 3 questions.
Oh, really? Is it only 3?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, interesting. Yeah. That's really strange. Okay. So I guess I don't have to bother opening up music. Okay. Let's see. I still feel like we should be playing the Jeopardy music. Do do do.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
I got mostly Libra.
Ooh. I was having a real think about these questions.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What did you get?
All right, I'm getting my result now. I was just laughing at my last question because my last question was, you're experiencing some symptoms. What do you do? And the first response was Google it and see what's wrong. And the second response is wonder if you're terminally ill. And I was like, I do both of those things in quick succession. So I was like trying to figure out like which one I should pick because.
Yeah.
Anyway, my result was mostly Capricorn. Yep. Sometimes you take things a little too far. You're not mean, just easily blinded by the thrill of the chase or the rush of victory. At least you surround yourself with people whose skin is this thick as yours. I wouldn't call myself thick-skinned at all. I am such a baby.
That's the Libra moon right there.
Yeah, I'm thick. I think I'm thick about some things, but about less things I'm not. You take a rational, systematic approach to problems that might launch others into a panic. I don't know if that's always me. Like a true Capricorn, you're good at managing time and money. Neither. Although I think that's probably more my mental illness and ADHD than anything else.
Yeah.
And while your loyalty occasionally wavers, because I used to be really good, I'm still really good at managing time when I have the energy to do so. Money, not so much, because I'm a little bit more of an impulse buyer, but I think I'm pretty good with time, at least. And while your loyalty occasionally wavers, you're satisfied to do right by the people who do right by you. That's true. If you rush into relationships, sometimes it's only because you're always ready for a happy ending. Wow. I thought that was always something
Yeah.
that was connected to my Libra moon, but wow. That makes sense.
Yep.
I think that is the only time that I've ever acted rationally in my life, just to get into a new relationship. I'm like we laugh, but it's true.
I don't know if that could be considered rational what you do, but
I said rash, like
oh, rash.
yeah, like impulsive.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, because it's not rational at all.
Rational.
No, not in the slightest. All right, what did yours say? I'm interested.
Mine says mostly Libra. If there's a group project at work, a team activity in the park, a band that needs your musical skills, or a party in progress, you were so there.
Hey.
Yeah, yes and no. If I'm in an extroverted mood, then yes. You love being around people, whatever they're doing, even if it's not especially wise, healthy, economical, or even legal. That's not true at all. In that sense, you're not quite a true Libra. There we go. Generosity comes easily to you, and you're eager to buy people's affections instead of earning them, which wouldn't be hard. Yeah, I would say I do that.
Yeah.
If I feel like I'm not in good standing with somebody, I will almost always buy them something.
Aww. I would say the second part of that is true. It's not necessary. You're very sweet.
Aw. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're probably a little sensitive around this topic if anyone calls you on it. I don't know. And the fact that I'm like, I don't know, is very Libra.
Yeah.
You just want harmony to prevail, whatever the price. That's true.
Aww.
That's it.
I want to actually now I'm so curious about my little cousin because I want to look up his thing because he's a Libra. He's born October 10th.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very funny because I feel like he does have some Libra qualities already.
Yeah.
So it's very funny to me. Anyway, so do we want to spend some time talking about the bullshit that is Zodiac physical characteristics, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because we could do another quiz, but I would love to do those too.
Yeah, right. Let's not do any more quizzes. I think we've done.
That's fair. I found many that were hilarious. So
yes.
You know what? I gave us a choice. It's fine. We are good.
Yeah, we can save the special ones for next time.
Exactly. So I definitely kind of want to look at the Wattpad one because I just find it hilarious that there is something about Zodiac physical appearance on Wattpad of all places.
Yeah.
So, it looks like they have everybody here. I only did a quick glance. Should we just do our own, or do you want to?
Yeah, let's do our risings.
Okay.
And see how true that is.
Okay. Rising.
So mine is Taurus, so it's right up at the top. So I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
They may be plump or slim, but either way, they will walk with a slightly ponderous gait as if each step has been carefully considered. That is not true at all. I'm a fast walker. I did used to have a problem with stomping when I was a kid. But that was just because my feet were growing really fast, and I didn't know how to use my legs.
That's so cute.
Now I am a very fast walker, and I am I'm clumsy as well, so my steps are not carefully considered. They have a presence which emanates solid reliability. I don't know if that's true.
I wouldn't necessarily refer to your form as solid.
No. I'm thin and I'm waifish.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it, but yeah. Now that you've said it, I can agree.
It's true. Body compact and sturdy, often with thick muscular legs and thighs. I am compact. I will say that. I weigh more than somebody who looks like me should. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I pack on a lot of weight very tightly. But my legs are not thick or muscular at all. And face rounded with a clear, often beautiful complexion. My complexion is not clear.
Aww.
I don't have a round face either, so...
No, you do have a very pretty narrow face.
Yeah.
Speaking of Aurora, you kind of look like Aurora a little bit.
Yeah, so, okay, there's a classical painting of Briar Rose that looks stunningly like me. It's weird. I don't know if I can find it. But anyway, I'm going to finish.
Yes.
Neck short and may appear rather thick if the shoulders are high and square influence. I don't know what that means. That's like...
Hold on. I was looking at mine. Let me see if I can find yours so I can interpret it. Doris, where are you? Neck short and may appear rather thick if the shoulders are high and square influence. So I think what that means is like more my build, where like my neck is shorter and like my shoulders are broader.
Yeah, I think that's what that means. I had kind of a long neck.
Yeah, you do. You do have more of a long neck, which is beautiful, by the way. I always wanted a neck that was longer and not mine. It's okay. I'm getting used to the way my body looks. It's just like, you know, when I was growing up, nobody looked like me except my grandma. So I didn't necessarily want to look like my grandmother. So
yeah.
You know, when the best compliment somebody can give you is that you look like your grandmother. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Typically, their feet are large or broad. That is true. I have big feet. They're size 9.
Nice.
But they're also very long and skinny. A lot of things about me are very long and skinny, like my hands.
You got the air hands?
I do.
Yeah.
I get it from my mom.
I have earth hands. My hands are very square.
Yeah.
And my fingers are a little shorter.
And eyes are usually large and offer a steady gaze. I think I have pretty big eyes. I've been told I have big eyes. My gaze is not steady, though. I will look at everything except what I'm supposed to be looking at.
Aww.
But that's anxiety, so...
Yeah. That's true.
That's all I got for mine.
So mine is kind of interesting, actually, because I think it fits me pretty well. Often have a distant, dreamy look in the eyes. Body taller than average, with noble and fine facial features. Nice grammar. Nice grammar, Wattpad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say that maybe I'm a little bit taller than the average girl, but not that high above average. Because I'm 5'7", so that's not like... It's not like I'm 6 foot. I'm not like super tall for a girl.
Yeah.
But I am slightly above average, I would say. Because women tend to be shorter. But anyway. With noble and fine facial features. I don't know, I wouldn't say that. I used to be quite proud of my cheekbones way back in the Sherlock Holmes days. Way back in the Sherlock days, I was very proud of my cheekbones. But yeah, I wouldn't say that my facial features are fine or noble in any way. I've always been told that I look a little bit like a doll. So...
You do, a little bit.
Yeah, so I have like a more rounded face. And with larger cheeks, rounder cheeks, and a more like sweeter look, as opposed to what I would consider to be noble. Yeah. Neck bends to allow head to drop forward or tip to one side when thinking. This was actually the one... Oh no! Did you leave?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I was trying to find where my phone was. It's there.
Okay.
Because I know I have that painting of Briar Rose that looks shockingly like me on my phone.
Ooh, okay.
So I was gonna send it.
And then you forgot that you're in a video call.
Yeah.
Nice, Kaylee. That was a nice one.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. That's a good one for the bloopers. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yes. What was I saying? I don't know. Oh, neck bends to allow head to drop forward or tip to one side when thinking. This is actually the one that I found to be the most interesting because I know that I do this. Because I had my eye doctor actually pointed out. And I was actually like, I was like reading that line. I read that line with my eyes as you were like reading yours and talking about yours, and I was like, I'm doing that right now. Like my head is slightly tilted. As I'm listening. So that's actually really interesting. It's really funny. Movement is not graceful, but has purpose. I would say that. I'm not the most graceful person. As much as I wish I probably could be. I used to want to be a ballerina when I was a kid. Often purposely look like nonconformists. Yeah. I wish I was more nonconformist. But yeah, it definitely is on purpose. So I think that was like the first time that I've ever seen anything that like actually describes me more. Because usually a lot of the stuff that people say about, I guess I was never checking my rising before, but like usually what people say about Capricorns is like they are slender and severe, and I was like, I am not that. No. I am a goofy fat fluffball. So yeah, I don't know. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I was just glancing at the Libra one, just out of curiosity, and I thought it was interesting that on there it says there is no typical Libran feature except for the dimple, which is often located in the chin, cheeks, or knees. I do have dimple.
Aww. So. Yeah. That's actually scarily accurate.
Yeah. Features are generally well balanced. That's not true at all. My face is so like asymmetrical. It's frustrating.
I would say your face is pretty symmetrical.
Really?
Yeah.
My chin is like off to one side. Like I don't know.
Oh, that's something that I noticed.
It's not like a bad thing. It's just a thing that I've noticed. And my eyes are different. And yeah. But features are being both sharp and soft. I do have sharp and soft features. My face is pleasant even when angry. I almost always have a smile on my face. Charming smile can be seen frequently. So yeah, I identify with that a little bit more than the Taurus one.
The Capricorn one is also interesting. Some inaccuracies. Generally have a small and stocky skeletal structure. Nope. The shape of the body will depend on how well the musculature has been developed. What? If physical training is part of the daily routine, then it will be done with determination and discipline, resulting in a well-developed musculature, which may make them look heavier than they really are. Well, that's not why. I'm just fat, and that's fine. Typically has a serious look. That's true. I mean, I don't know if I look super serious all the time, but sometimes I do. I know that my resting face is more serious, and I would say probably even sad and contemplative. Because people usually ask me if I'm okay. Like if I just have like my resting face, people are like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Yeah. And when young, often looked older than their years. This is true. I actually remember the first time that I myself noticed it. Because a lot of people, of course, would tell me like, "Oh, you like look so much older," and yada yada. And like I always hung out with kids who were older than me, so it made a lot of sense. That people would assume that I was older than I was. But I remember the first time that I was conscious of it, I was in New York with my uncle. We were going to see Wicked, and on our way up to the Broadway theater, we stopped in a small, like, hole-in-the-wall bar, just like a no-name, like, little bar, to use the restroom there. and like, you know, my uncle had to go, like, well, whatever. He went in first to the restroom, back to the restroom. I like ordered like a water or something like that. Like, I don't remember. And the or maybe I didn't order anything at all. I don't know. Before I ordered or something like that. I don't remember. But I remember the bartender who had a foreign accent. She walked up to me and she's like, "Can I get you anything?" And I'm like, "No, I'm okay." Like, I was just like, and I was like, "Oh," it kicked in for me. I was like, "Oh, she thinks I'm of age." Um, but I was 16 at the time, so.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, so it was funny. Um, Joey is the Joe. Join the hive. Hey, welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you have a good time. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah. It is also typical that they eventually tend to become more relaxed and so look younger than their years.
So which is
it? Well, it's interesting because when nowadays people think I'm younger than I am. Like, when I tell people I'm 27, people are like, "What?" Like, I didn't know you were 27, and I get that all the time. So it's very interesting to me that they made a point to point that out, because like when I was young, people always thought I was older. Now that I'm older, people think I'm younger. So interesting. It's weird. It's worded weird, but it makes a lot of sense to me. Forehead narrower than average between the temples. Oh dear, I think we might have some trolls. I'll have to look at chat. Because that seems to be a suspicious amount of followers in a row. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling. Forehead narrower than average between the temples with deep frown lines. I mean, I guess so. I guess my forehead's not that broad.
I don't look at you very much.
No. Thanks, Kaylee. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Always over chat.
Like, yeah, text, that's so true. Yeah.
Look at your face.
Yeah. Well, what? You don't see my Instagram? No, just kidding. Swift and sure style of walking.
I stare at it all day.
Oh, great. No, I'm just kidding. You should be. No. I don't know where that was going. Why I was insulted by that. Swift and sure style of walking because they all take great care of where they put their feet when they take each step. I guess that would make more sense because I kind of got into the habit of looking where I was going. Because I ended up I have twisted both of my ankles in my time on this God's good earth. So I have gotten into the habit of watching where I'm going and making sure that I don't trip over anything. So
yeah.
But is that because I'm a Capricorn or because I sprained both my ankles?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway, I find it really funny that like you're not seeming to jive with most of these, but like this one was like spot on for me for some reason.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Well, I just think that physical appearance of the signs is so bullshit because like your astrological sign has to do with when you were born, but your physical appearance is entirely reliant on who you were born to. So like that's completely genetic, and astrology is not, if that makes sense. So they shouldn't be correlated like that. So it's almost always bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said before, I tend to find that more often. Sorry, I got distracted because I was reading chat.
That's okay.
But why can't I find my words? But yeah, like I was saying before, it's like a lot of Capricorn descriptions are like everything that I am not. And I also think that's a big issue with a lot of physical descriptions that I see because people tend to forget that different body types exist, which I think is the problem with basing anything off of physical appearance, because you know different people look different. Like that has like you were saying, like it's more genetics. It has really nothing to do with like what sign they were born under. You know, like certain things like might be interesting to find out, but other than that, it's like, well, this is all just coincidence basically because you know, um, it's not like every and like my friend Squimbles is a Capricorn, and like I don't know if I would look at him and say that all of these Capricorn characteristics look exactly like him, so
Yeah,
people just look different.
they do. No two human beings look the same except for twins.
Exactly.
And even then, not all twins look the same.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. There are only I would imagine there's probably very few identical twins out there.
Yeah, I went to elementary school with a pair of identical twins and also a pair of fraternal twins. And I never had a problem telling them apart, honestly. And it's the same with like Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
Right,
like,
yeah.
I could always tell them apart, and I didn't understand it. But yeah, even identical twins are not identical.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do still have a problem telling Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen apart, but
they were. I feel like there's some slight differences between them now, especially since Mary-Kate unfortunately went through so much.
Yeah.
And had her she struggled with eating disorder and stuff like that. And I also think she's done, at least recently, she's done more interviews than Ashley has. So she's just in the media more. So I've come to recognize her a little bit more, slightly more. But yeah, it's very hard to tell them apart. And they were used for a reason to play Michelle in Full House, because they look pretty much identical. So yeah. And I guess it's the same with Dylan and Cole Sprouse, because I think they were twin babies, but I forget what film it was.
They were Zach and Cody.
Yes, I know that, but before that,
were they babies?
Yes, they were also in another film, not in The Sweet Life, but they were also in another film before that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, it makes a lot of sense because of labor laws and stuff like that. I mean, good. Right. They can't force babies to work or whatever. So they just have I'm just laughing at a baby going to a labor union meeting. But yeah, they don't. But yeah, a lot of baby scenes in films, they use twins or babies that look kind of similar to each other. They have a multitude of babies because children can only work a certain amount of hours, and I would imagine it's probably even harder for babies to just be on a set with something that needs to eat and poop every 5 seconds. Especially when you have actors who are not used to dealing with any of that.
Yes.
I would imagine it would be much more of a harrowing experience. Oh God, what is it doing? What does it need? Help me. But yeah, so I remember I remember I learned it years ago during The Sweet Life, but I can't remember what film it was. But yeah, I was interested, actually. I should do some research on this because I don't know, but there are babies, of course, in Good Omens, and I was wondering if they're male or female, because a lot of the time they will use female babies, probably because the male babies have penises and will pee everywhere, but not all the time, obviously, because babies all look the same, kind of. But yeah, I don't know, or at least I thought I heard that somewhere. I can't remember. I'm sure they probably just find whatever babies they want to find. Sure, I'm full of crap.
Up to a certain age, most babies look the same.
Yeah, exactly. So it's you're, whether you're dealing with a male baby or a female baby, it's well, whatever. I'm probably just full of shit. It's fine. I got that. Oh my God, I got that from my dad too, because my dad does that. He'll talk with authority on something that he knows literally nothing about. Yeah. So it was just bullshit for 10 minutes, and then you find out later that he's wrong.
Yeah.
Oops.
My grandpa does that too.
I do that. It's like, what is that one Vine with the guy who's like, ha ha ha, I do that.
I do that.
I do that. Oh my god. Now I'm just like laughing because I remembered the Vine. Such simple comedy. Speaking of Vine, my brother did something that earlier that made me wish I had been recording it for TikTok. There was like a plastic bag on the table outside and the wind blew it. And my brother is like working at his computer and he just like looks up from the computer and like snatches it out of the air just as it's about to blow off the table. And I'm like, oh my god, that would have made a good TikTok. And my brother's like, I don't even know you. Which is funny.
That in itself would also make a good TikTok.
Exactly, yeah. It's just funny because like he's the one who's Gen Z and like he hates TikTok and all that stuff. So I'm just like,
do we have any advice?
Oh, yes. Well, I just banned a bunch of trolls, so my advice to them would be, shut up.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, it looks like everybody else is just kind of, yeah, it looks, Squimbles went on alert, so I don't know if, they are still listening. But if they are, if there's anything that anybody wants to talk about, speak now or forever hold your peace. I guess otherwise, we are going to, tune out, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if there's anybody up for a raid. Anyway, do. I'm just like looking for it. Oh god. Anyway, this was really fun. I'm definitely looking forward to more fun.
Yeah.
And now that we found a pagan crew, we can all talk about pagan stuff. Hey.
Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah. Have more headaches with Discord not working for anyone. Good time. Great job, Sylvie. You did it.
Yeah.
You did it. Oh, I was about to be like, you pick who we raid, but I'm just like, you have no preference because you're not in stream. You're not in stream at all, so you also like don't know.
Yeah.
We have 3 viewers, so it means I can raid. Yay. Ooh. Otter Biscuit is playing Maid of Scare. I'm gonna raid them then. Because they are playing Maid of Scare. Anyway, you don't care about this. But anyway, thank you so much, Kaylee, for joining me this lovely day. It was a wonderful first episode. I think we did really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a very good time, so I hope you did too.
I did. Yay. Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime, my dear. Alright. We're gonna go into the raid. Anybody who is hanging out here, please feel free to use the raid messages that I'm typing right now. Kaylee needs to go eat food, probably.
I do. Yes, it is dinner time.
Yes, go eat your food. Okay. My poor dear, I have kept you too long.
It's okay.
Oh dear, who followed? Okay, we got another person. That's fine. Cool. All right. And I will see everybody else on the flip side. Good night, everybody, from Queer Moon Podcast. It's a queer moon, whatever. What did I say? Once in a queer moon? Can't even remember the name of my own show. And we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.